so great. I just took a nap earlier today. It was fantastic. It's funny to me the things we hated as kids we now love as adults. Right? Like naps and seafood and spankings. They're so good. I'm seriously lazy. I nap all the time. That's not really how you can tell that you're lazy, though. This is how you can tell that you're lazy. It's when you get excited about plans falling through. Isn't that the best ever? My friend canceled lunch with me today. It was like I won the lottery. Oh my God. I've been catching up on a lot of old movies. I just saw 127 Hours, which is about the guy that goes into the mountains. He loses his arm in the mountains. It's a really good film. It is so much more fun to watch it backwards, because then it looks like a guy just finds his arm in the mountains. Which is unbelievable when you think about it. You're like, what are the odds of that happening? It's amazing. I also saw the movie Ray recently about Ray Charles, which is another great film, amazing life story. But there's a scene in the movie where they find out he's addicted to heroin, which I didn't know, and everyone's really upset. They're trying to figure out how to get him off of it. And all I could think was, you could hide the heroin. Should work. You don't have to hide it, just move it over, don't really say anything to anyone, just don't mention it, just shh. The thing is, his wife would do that. His wife would try to hide the drugs, and he would get really upset, and he would beat her up. Like, oh my God, you could dodge those punches. Are you even trying? Keep your mouth shut and duck, for Christ's sake. He's never gonna connect, I swear to God. Lay off the perfume on that day. Strategize. By the way, how pissed off do you guys think Ray Charles was when Stevie Wonder showed up on the scene? Can you imagine that? Like, you really think you have a niche in a business, and then all of a sudden, I'd be like, really? There's another black, blind piano prodigy at exactly the same time as me? Has that ever happened before? Because I did not see that coming. But he was in an abusive relationship, which is crazy. It's terrible. I have a friend who's in an abusive relationship, and her boyfriend would get upset, push her around if she left dishes in the sink or she came home late. And she would always ask my advice. She's like, what should I do? You should leave him, obviously. You know, but she's like, I love him, I don't want to. So now what should I do? Then probably the dishes. I would cook a few hot meals, I'd probably stay away from the staircase, there's a list of things. Or she could always try dating a cult player, because they don't beat anybody, you guys. She'd be okay. I moved from New York, which was an interesting move. I'd had enough. I couldn't take it. I got robbed on the subway at 7 a.m. in New York. If you're ambitious enough to be out robbing someone at 7 a.m., just get a job. Right? You have more ambition than I do. I was coming home from the night before. You're ahead of the game. Because you can drink forever in New York. You don't drive. There's almost no last call. It's dangerous. I had a rough night before I left. This is how you can tell you've had too much to drink. It's when you can't get comfortable at night, no matter what position you're trying to get to sleep in, and then you realize it's because you're on the curb. Time to go at that point. So I moved to LA, and that's bad timing because I went through a breakup right before I moved to LA, and all of the women in LA have breast implants, and it's very hard to compete. I just found this out about implants, by the way. If you have them, and you die, if you get cremated, you could explode. Which to me is really unfair. It's like one more reason for guys to love them. It's like when you're alive, you look amazing and they can play with them, and then when you die, you explode. It's incredible. It's better than a transformer. Like I said, I can't compete with it. And I tried, I thought about it. I thought about getting implants when I moved out there, and I asked my friend who has them about it, and she said they're great. The only problem is when you get them, it hurts so badly. It like hurts worse than anything you've ever felt in your life. So I decided not to, and I told her I wasn't going to do it, and she said, on second thought, is it going to hurt worse than being alone for the rest of your life? I know, so I'm getting implants on Thursday. But I have been traveling a bit. I went to India for 2 weeks, which is a great place to go. I travel a lot, especially to third world countries, because I'm writing a book that's specifically for third world countries. It's called God's Just Not That Into You. I hope that's a bestseller. All right, that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much.